I made ruin our friendship. Also known as me walking you through the final chorus, and we're gonna build it together from the first instruments all the way through the final production moments. First off, this is what we are building to. Let's dive right in. Ruin Our Friendship all started out with these little plucks. There's 3 bells in here, and they all combine to make one instrument. One takes the higher end, one takes the middle end, one takes the low end. You filter them together and it creates one beautiful instrument. This is what it sounds like. This is how it all started. Fun fact about that little bell, anytime a verse switches a mood and there's a second part to a verse or a pre-chorus, or there's a second part to a chorus, the bells will change to different variations of it, and there's even more bells. There's like 9, 10 different bells that are used just for that chord progression, but here's the main one in the final chorus that has, I think, about 5 of them in it. Nice, there's this synth that plays the melody throughout the song. Some guitars to give it some momentum to keep it moving forward. My iconic glitter synth. I use it all the time in Hey Stranger, everywhere it's used. It's my favorite. This is what it sounds like. Now this other synth that includes an organ and a super sauce synth together sounds like this. Moving into our brass instruments section, there's 2 brass instruments. Here's the first one. It adds a lot of momentum going into each chorus. This is what the second brass instrument sounds like. So this is what this groove sounds like, aka everything we have heard so far, this is what it sounds like all together. Put more instruments in it, such as this high synth pad. This really sick funky pad, it's the yellow one, you'll see it. So then it's time to fill out the sound a little bit more by adding some pads in. This is the first one. Number 2, to add more warmth. Yo, there's so many different basses in this song. I couldn't possibly go through each and every one of them. I'm just gonna show you my 3 favorite ones. Follow the pink track. Here's my 3 favorite bass tracks. Okay, so all of this is about like 80% of the instrumentation. The rest of it is just little bits and pieces that jump in here and out. So this is everything we've heard so far. The only thing that we are really missing is percussion and vocals. Let's take a listen. Moving right along to percussion, because there are just hundreds of instruments happening. This is the kick and snare, so the boom, boom. So there's like 2 different kicks going on in there. You can probably pick them out. Follow the top blue line. The green line right below it is our snaps. There's 2 different types of snaps because it adds just a lot of, it really adds a lot of detail. The rim that goes in between left and right ear, left ear and right ear. It's the next line down, it's purple. The red one below it are our claps. I combine these 2 different drum loops to create one drum loop, and they work really well together. They come in all of the pre-choruses. This is what they sound like. It is the green and the yellow line. There are so many different hi-hats in here. I don't know why I put in so many hi-hats. So I'm just gonna show you 2 of my favorite. There's like 8 different hi-hats. One of them is a keyboard typing, and then the other one is like a with a little beatboxing in it. Before we dive into vocals, the last thing that we did was added sweeps in to make it rise and explode. So here's what those FX sounds sound like. They're so cool. Alright, so far this is all of the instrumentation. This is everything minus the vocals. There's so many vocals in here, it's overwhelming. I'm just gonna show you my favorite ones. So obviously we have the lead vocal line, which is this one here.
Our gold necklace, oops. Rolling dice odds against us, oops. Bet it all on the long shot, oops. I didn't even play games, but oops. I won the jackpot.
Sometimes with vocals, I recorded it an octave below to put it at the end, just to add warmth. You can't hear it when you listen to the song, but it just adds warmth. So, for example, here's an example of an octave below background line with so much processing on it.
Rolling dice odds against us.
I did some choir vocals in the chorus, so they kind of sound like this to kind of go along with the lead vocal line, just to give the vocals a little bit more presence.
We can talk the night away, kiss until it turns to day. Do what you want, I'll obey.
One of my favorite vocal moments of this entire album has got to be this ooh section here. Then it was time for the last few last-minute details to add to this song, such as the ad-libs that come in the final chorus, Follow the Blue Line.
Higher car to
All of the vocals in that little part in the final chorus all together sound like this.
We can talk the night away, kiss until it turns to day. Do what you want, I'll obey. That's ruin.
Cool, so the very last thing that I added to this song was the piano that comes into the bridge. While this is a very horny and very sexy song, this piano comes in because the bridge is actually very heartbreaking. The singer is saying goodbye, and if you listen to this album very carefully, you will know that this piano tune comes in anytime the theme of repetition, when the singer's making a decision and they know it's heartbreaking, and they're unable to run away from what's bad for them, and they know that. And this piano foreshadows events in September, it foreshadows events in Hey Stranger and Hurt Somebody Else. It is very important and it's very intentional. And if you listen very carefully to all 7 songs, you'll hear this piano come in many times. And I come from a musical theater background, and so I'm a big fan of many themes and many different plots and subplots going into an entire album, because I view it as an entire story with so many stories happening. And so this piano is the introduction of another storyline. So take a listen, one of my favorite parts of the song.
I can't spend my nights not dreaming about you, but I see your eyes, this is goodbye. I'll dream of you.
All of these hundreds of tracks that I have played for you, and there's so many more that I didn't play for you, create this entire beautiful song.
There's such thing as going too far. You can't just say that we are, let's ruin our friendship. We can talk the night away, until it turns to day. Do what you want, I'll obey, let's ruin our friendship. You are talking such thing as going too far.
In the end, this is Ruin Our Friendship. This is the final chorus. Have a listen. Thank you for listening.
Like we are, let's ruin our friendship. We can talk the night away.